Hey, Lowell with Gamer Guides here, and since Lies of P has returned to the spotlight with its DLC called Overture, I'm gonna make a couple of boss guides just for you. It's been about a year since I played Lies of P, so going through this ultra difficult DLC might be causing you some growing pains like it is me. But don't worry, I banged my head against the first boss, a massive crocodile called the Tyrannical Predator, for like an hour, so you don't have to. In this video, I'm first going to break down the Tyrannical Predator's moveset and general tips for how to beat it on the regular difficulty and not on any New Game Plus tier. Afterward, I'll delve into how I overcame this killer croc myself with my specific build. So you'll find the Tyrannical Predator not far from the Savannah Experience Center, after navigating up and down some ladders in an arena with a couple of killer kangaroos and some rude apes. Before sliding down into the boss arena, make sure to open the back door to the Savannah Experience Center so you can get back to the boss without fighting through a literal zoo. Also, before you head in, the Tyrannical Predator is infected with the petrification disease like other beasties in the area, meaning it's weak to fire. Fire weapons and the Flamberge Legion arm will work great here if you're built for them. So the Tyrannical Predator itself has a handful of extremely powerful moves that can delete Pinocchio fairly quickly, even with a vitality stat well over 30. If you're close to its head, it has a handful of different moves. Most of these include some kind of attack where it slams its head down faster than you'd think possible. Sometimes it only does this once or twice before chaining into another attack. It might bite once or twice before slamming its massive jaw down. It can snap at you to the left and to the right of its head as well. It might open its mouth wide horizontally before slamming its head down twice and biting again. If you're about a middle distance away from the croc, it will more often than not lunge at you before swiping with its tail. Seriously, if you're off to the side of it and far enough away, you're probably getting tail swiped. It will also try to bite twice in quick succession to close distance before slamming down again. Finally, if you're far enough away, it will trigger a charging attack where, if it connects, Mr. Croc will gobble you up and slam you around a bit. Can't parry or block this one, but it's rather easy to dodge. If you do get stuck in it and your vitality is around 30, you'll survive and have a window to heal. So its head slams are easy enough to perfect guard, but you have to watch that your stamina doesn't run out while doing so. Perfect guards are, in fact, one of the key ways to winning this bout. As the Tyrannical Predator attacks with such aggression, it's hard to create space. They're also dodgeable, but you want to be building as much stagger as possible on our pal T-Pred to get a fatal attack going. I found its bite attacks much more difficult to dodge as they tend to track you as you move away from it. However, they felt easier to perfect guard, especially the horizontal maw attack. With all this in mind, taking down the Tyrannical Predator becomes a simple battle of attrition. Consider equipping a fast weapon to chip away at it between attacks. If you do hit it hard enough, it'll get tired and chill for a second or two, and you can get some good hits in. If you cycled through Perfect Guarding, Fable Arts, and charged or successive attacks, it should stagger at just under half health, giving you an opportunity to fatal attack it. Thankfully, there's no second phase, so you can continue chipping away until it's defeated. So, how did I defeat the Tyrannical Predator? Your build will probably differ than mine after all, especially if you came into the DLC like I did after beating the game. Well, I started this fight with Proof of Humanity, which is a special sword weapon you don't get until defeating one of the very last bosses of the base game. I was trying out the new Royal Horn bow, and paired it with Proof of Humanity as both scale off technique. However, I found both Proof of Humanity and the bow a bit too slow, and re-spec'd back into my previous arcane build because the Tyrannical Predator is weak to fire. I equipped the Salamander Dagger Blade onto the Acidic Crystal Spear handle for a very hot pokey stick with the Ignite Fable art, which greatly increases fire attack when used. You can see here I pretty much melted half its health bar away with my Cattle Prod, or Crocodile Prod, before experimenting with perfect blocks for the purposes of this video. I still managed to eke out a victory on my last Pulse Cell. I planned on giving it another go in the newest Boss Rush mode, to turn the Tyrannical Predator into the Tyrannical Prey. But it didn't show up in the Boss Rush menu. Maybe it's not a special enough boss, or I have to clear the DLC, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all you really need to know to defeat this first difficult boss in Lies of P Overture. I'm sure there's far more difficult horrors to overcome soon, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to Gamer Guides so I know you want me to make more boss guides just like this one. And if you found a better way to take the Tyrannical Predator down, don't be shy, let us know in the comments.